students from St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, Stonebridge, Landon meet today on It's Academic. Hello, everybody. I'm Hillary Howard. Welcome to It's Academic, the world's longest-running TV quiz show produced by Altman Productions in association with David M. Rubenstein Productions.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following. MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention. Mentors inspire greatness. And passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
Hey, really glad you're with us as we jump into this fast start where questions are worth 10 points up or down. First team to buzz in gets to answer. Contestants don't see what you do on the screens at home. Let's begin. What's your sign? See if you can identify these people, all born under the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. She's famous for albums like Folklore, Red, and Landon.
Taylor Swift?
Yes, he designed and named an iconic Paris tower. Stonebridge.
Eiffel.
Yeah. This It's Academic alum is the current Senate Majority Leader. Stonebridge.
Schumer.
Yes. This famed martial artist starred in Enter the Dragon. Landon.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he's the current president of France. St. Stephen's.
Macron.
Yes. He created the comic strip Peanuts. Landon.
Schultz.
Yes. This 19th century industrialist is famous for his donations to libraries. Yes, Landon.
Carnegie.
Yeah, she is the 19th century author of Little Women. Stonebridge.
May Alcott.
Yes, this white abolitionist published The Liberator. Landon.
Garrison.
Garrison is right. This great German composer is famous for his 9 symphonies. Stonebridge. Answer.
Beethoven.
Beethoven is right, and that is the end of our fast start. Let's recap the scores. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes 110, Stonebridge 140, Landon 150 points. And now we get to meet the teams. And we begin with St. Stephen's and St. Agnes from Alexandria, Virginia. Hello, Laura. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Tell us about yourself.
I'm a senior at St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, and outside of school I do gymnastics and play piano.
Wow, how long have you done gymnastics?
Since I was 2.
Oh, so you're good.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I took gymnastics, but I was always that girl that never did very well. But I learned the basics. I could still do a handstand.
Yeah.
So there's that. Great to have you, Laura. Hiya, Hayden.
Hi,
Tell us about yourself.
I am a senior at St. Stephen's and St. Agnes also. I'm on the robotics team and I play baseball outside of school.
Wow. So which do you prefer, robotics or baseball?
It's hard to say.
Yeah. What are you working on in robotics?
Well, we're just starting next week, so that's exciting.
All right. Baseball? How's your team?
We're
Getting there?
getting there.
Okay. Good to have you, Hayden. Hiya, Brennan.
Hi.
What should we know about you?
I'm also a senior and I play violin and I'm on the robotics team.
All right, beautiful. Well, here we go. A greener Jim. Look carefully at this phrase and see if you can find hidden within it the name of what cabinet department concerned with nuclear and solar power.
Energy.
Yes, energy. Subcutaneous, pulmonary, ancillary. Each of these words might appear in a medical book, but which one best describes something that is beneath the skin?
Subcutaneous.
Subcutaneous, yeah. If you speak Polish and Ukrainian, you'll know that these words identify what sort of long, snake-like fish that can deliver an electric charge.
Eel.
Yeah. John Calhoun, Stephen Douglas, Henry Clay. When campaigning for the U.S. Senate in 1858, Abraham Lincoln engaged in a series of debates with which of these men?
Stephen Douglas.
Yes. Ignorance is an evil weed which no blank can afford. You can complete this quote by adding what type of popular government that appears in the title of de Tocqueville's work about America.
Democracy.
Yes, it is. Democracy. Nicely done, St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, 210 points. And now over to Stonebridge High School from Ashburn, Virginia. Hello, Connor.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good. So what should we know about you?
Well, I'm 17. I'm a senior. And I play the clarinet, marching band, concert band, and clarinet choir.
Well, we'd like to hear you whatever you're playing, Connor. Thanks. Hello, Saoirse.
Hello.
Tell us about yourself.
See, I'm 17. I'm also a senior, and I love to do choir inside and outside of school. And I would like to thank all of our parents and teachers who've helped us get to this moment.
Beautiful. It's really good to have you. And Betsy, tell us about yourself. What should we know?
Well, I'm a 17-year-old senior at Stonebridge High School, and aside from school, I participate in Girl Scouts and recently earned my Gold Award.
Oh, wow. So how hard is it to attain that?
I would say that the actual process of getting everything approved is more tedious than actually completing the project. And I would like to thank my sister Eleanor for helping me practice.
All right, guys. Julio dines here. Instead of joining Julio for dinner, see if you can find hidden here the name of what halogen element?
Iodine?
Yes. Tranquil, infatuated, perturbed. If you were upset about something, which of these words would best describe your state of mind?
Perturbed?
Correct. If you know Estonian and Latvian, you'd know that these two words refer to what number that equals 2 score.
40?
Yeah. Tet Offensive, Battle of the Bulge, Fallujah. Which of these military encounters took place in the 1940s during the administration of Franklin Roosevelt?
Battle of the Bulge?
Correct. I wandered lonely as a. To complete this opening phrase from a poem by Wordsworth, add what type of atmospheric phenomenon that can be stratus or cumulus?
Cloud?
Cloud is right. Nice, Stonebridge, 240 points. And now to the Landon School from Bethesda, Maryland. Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
Hi, I'm Ryan. I play volleyball and fencing for my school, and I'd like to give a shout out to all of our upper school teachers who are helping us out.
Great. So tell me about the fencing.
I've been fencing outside of school for about 3 years. Whenever it's in season at school, I like to participate, and next year I'll be our team captain.
So did you ever watch the old movies and say, I want to be a swashbuckler?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you. Hello, Thomas.
Hi, Hillary. I'm Thomas. I'm 17 years old. I'm a 10-year bear. I swim and I play in a rock band outside of school. And I would like to thank our coach, Ms. Chambers, and our guest co-director of college counseling, Ms. Baskett, for being here today.
Awesome. Do you play rock so your parents could be happy?
Yeah, also I just love the music, and I'm psyched for our next concert.
All right. Great. And Zach, hi.
Hi, Hillary. I'm Zach. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Landon, and I'm an avid scuba diver. I'd like to shout out our lower school and middle school bears.
Beautiful. Tell me about the scuba diving.
Yeah, I've been diving since I was 10, and I recently got my advanced certification, so it's really fun to do.
All right, guys, I've got some questions. Some Pharaoh music. You can make your own music if you find in this phrase what unit of electrical resistance?
Ohm?
Yes. Examining them, limiting them, sharing them. If you were scrutinizing your expenses, you would be taking which of these actions?
Examining them?
Yep. These are the French and Italian names of what mythical object that was sought by Jason and the Argonauts?
The Golden Fleece?
Golden Fleece is right. Cherokee, Quechua, Apache. Of these three Indian groups, which one lives in the Andes Mountains and is largely descendant from the Inca?
Quechua?
Yes. There is no clothing so fine that blank cannot destroy it. To complete this Chinese proverb, place in the blank what lepidopterous insects whose larvae eat holes in clothing.
Moths?
Moths is right. Nice, Landon, 250 points, and that does it for Mix and Match. We have some pictures for you next. Please stay with us.
I'm David Rubenstein. From the Kennedy Center and the National Archives to the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, I've been pleased to support many important organizations and historic sites linked to American history, art, culture, education, and more. I believe giving back to our country isn't just an idea, it's an action, a patriotic action that involves all of us. And it begins with education and learning about our nation's past so that we, the people, can make a more perfect union for the future. We can do it together. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
It's time for the Picture Perfect round. You guys know this. Questions are worth 20 points up or down, and once again, the first team to buzz in gets to answer. First question. In the foreground here, you're looking at what historic ship nicknamed Landon?
USS Constitution. USS Constitution.
Very good. Capillary action, surface tension, vorticity. Which of these is the best explanation for the nearly spherical shape of falling raindrops? Landon?
Second option.
You are right, surface tension. Merka, a city in Somalia, was nicknamed Port of Bananas because its location on what ocean made it a key hub? Stonebridge.
Indian Ocean.
You are right. At how many points will the graph St. Stephen's? Answer?
2.
Yeah, nicely done. This is a page from the medieval book of Kells, found at Trinity College in what Irish republic? Stonebridge.
Dublin.
Yes. The price of money is paid in liberty. This warning comes from what Scottish author who earned a lot of Landon?
Adam Smith.
No, Robert Louis Stevenson, who earned a lot of money from his novel Treasure Island. This is what 5th Chief Justice who handed down Landon? Answer? 3.
Marshall.
No, Tawny, who handed down the explosive Dred Scott decision. This painting shows the Spanish Armada, which was sent by what 16th century? Stonebridge.
Philip.
Yes. And that does it for the Picture Perfect round. Let's recap the scores. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, 230 points. Stonebridge, 300 points. Landon, 250 points. So these students have a lot of support coming to It's Academic. Let's meet those folks. We first turn it over to St. Stephen's and St. Agnes. Hayden, tell us about the folks who are here with you.
Well, we have our 2 wonderful coaches, Dr. Klein, who is English faculty at our school, and Ms. Sandoval, who teaches art history. We're so glad that they're supporting us today.
Yeah, absolutely. We're glad they're here too. Over to Stonebridge. Who's with you, Saoirse?
Today we have our coach, Miss Lights. She's a science teacher at Stonebridge, and we're very thankful for all of the support and the help that you give us.
Yeah, awesome. We're just so happy that everybody shows up to cheer you on. And that brings us to Landon. Thomas, who's with you?
Today we have our coach, Ms. Chambers, with us, as well as our co-director of college counseling, Ms. Basket.
All right, and now that we've done all of the introductions, it is time for the packet round. Okay, it is time for the packet round, and in this round, of course, we have these lovely packets, 1, 2, and 3. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes gets to answer questions first. Stonebridge, which packet is it going to be?
Let's do packet 1.
Packet 1. Are you ready for packet 1? All right, here we go. Oh, by the way, you know this, I'm sure. Questions are worth 20 points, nothing off for a wrong answer. If you get all the questions right, there is a 25-point bonus. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes. The annual Boston Marathon coincides with the anniversary of the midnight ride of what colonial patriot who warned colonists the British were coming? Yes. Rudolf Diesel, who invented the diesel engine, drowned after falling overboard while crossing what body of water separating Britain and France?
English Channel.
English Channel.
Yeah, who knew? The idea that whales and hippos are related is based partly on fossil evidence of what body structure that in humans has the stirrup and cochlea bones.
Year?
Yeah, here's your science question. Cactus, pansy, ferns. Which of these types of plant life was extremely common in North America 350 million years ago during the Carboniferous or so-called Coal Age?
Ferns. Ferns?
Ferns is correct. Every American historian who studied the historic compromise of what year that admitted California to the Union?
1850?
Yeah. When Conrad Aiken titled one of his stories, Silent Snow, Secret Snow, he used what literary device that repeats the first letter or consonant in a series of words?
Alliteration.
Alliteration is right. Here's your math question. Taking positive roots. Evaluate this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
1.
Yeah. You shouldn't fall asleep when reading Why England Slept by what 35th president who also wrote Profiles in Courage?
Kennedy?
You are right. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, a 25-point bonus and 415 points. Way to go, guys. Stonebridge, you are up. Landon, packet 2 or 3?
Let's give them 2.
Let's give them 2. Okay. Guys, had it upside down. Suns and stars are popular symbols on flags, but Canada's flag features the leaf of what tree?
Maple.
Yeah. The city of Kanpur is rich in Hindu lore because it overlooks what sacred river of India?
Ganges.
Yes. In return for the Statue of Liberty, the school children of America gave France a statue of what French marquis, a hero of the American Revolutionary War?
Marquis de Lafayette.
Correct. Here's your science question. Radium, molybdenum, lawrencium. Although only 92 different elements occur in nature, scientists have been able to produce more transuranium elements, including which of these?
Lawrencium.
Yes. Many experts believe the oldest continuously inhabited town is an ancient trading center that is now what capital of Syria?
Damascus.
Correct. Fire and Ice are linked in the title of a 1920 work by what New England poet who had a rather icy name himself?
Robert Frost.
You've got it. Here's your math question. Which of these numbers is exactly divisible by 6? Answer?
The second one.
You're right. Performing an amateur theatrical production may have helped what future 27th president when he later gave political speeches? Answer? In 3, 2,
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
William Howard Taft. Very well done, Stonebridge. 440 points. And now, packet number 3 for Landon. The Vision of Piers Plowman, written in 1377, contains the first known reference to what English outlaw of Sherwood Forest?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood it is. Dust blowing in from the Sahara provides nutrients for trees on what Caribbean island that's a U.S. Commonwealth?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, nicely said. Berber horsemen from Africa were recruited by the ancient Roman army and stationed near what river that joins the Tigris in Iraq?
Euphrates.
You've got it. Here's your science question. Protons, neutrons, positrons. Which of these terms refers to particles in the atomic nucleus that have weight but do not possess a charge and therefore may vary in number in the same chemical element?
Neutrons.
Yeah. The name of what U.S. Army General and Secretary of State was given to the plan to rebuild Europe after World War II?
Marshall.
Marshall it is. What tragic Shakespeare king sought comfort from his dogs when he had problems with his 3 daughters?
King Lear.
King Lear. Here's your math question. What is the greatest common divisor of these 2 expressions?
2x.
2x is right. In 1841, what vice president served only 31 days in office before he succeeded William Henry Harrison and became our 10th president?
Tyler.
Tyler is correct. Nicely done, Landon. A 25-point bonus and 435 points. That does it for the packet round. Next, anything can happen because it's the grab bag. See you in a minute.
Hello, I'm David Rubenstein. Did you know that an African American named Garrett Morgan prevented thousands of casualties in World War I with his invention of the gas mask? He later saved thousands more with his invention of the 3-way traffic signal. I'm David Rubenstein, reminding you to read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
It is time for the Grab Bag Round. Yes, and before we dive into this round, I want to say a couple of things. Number one, this is a really close game because these teams are really good. So let's recap the score. St. Stephen's and St. Agnes, 415 points. Stonebridge, 440 points. Landon, 435 points. Now, you always hear me say it, anything can happen in the grab bag round. And in this game in particular, anything can happen with evenly matched teams. So let's get to it. Questions in this round are worth 20 points up or down. There will be some questions on your monitors. Here we go. What same word describes both a type of playing card and a tennis serve that cannot be returned, St. Stephen's? Yes. Sherlock Holmes supposedly engaged in serious thinking while playing what musical instrument associated Stonebridge?
Violin.
Yeah. In Keithville, Louisiana, you can visit a sanctuary for which of the great apes, the kind that Jane Goodall studied? Stonebridge. Answer, 3, 2,
Chimpanzees.
1. Yeah, under the wire, on your monitors. This newspaper headline describes the final meeting of Roosevelt, Churchill, and Landon?
Potsdam.
Yalta. God Help the Child is a novel by what woman whose other works include The Bluest Eye?
Toni Morrison.
Yeah, you got that one. Choice. What type of rock is the most valuable in dating the age of an object? Igneous, quartz, or Stonebridge?
Carbon.
Sedimentary. A collection of horror stories titled Just After Sunset is by what modern author of Landon?
Stephen King.
Stephen King is right, on your monitors. Known as the zipper plant, this shrub comes from what southern African country where Windhoek is capital, Landon? Answer, 3, 2, 1.
Mauritania.
Namibia. In the International Phonetic Alphabet used by aircraft pilots, the letter E is signaled by...
Echo.
Echo is right, Landon. The sine of what angle less than 90 degrees equals the cosine of 35 degrees, Landon? Answer?
55.
Yes, well done. One of the leaders of the Big Four at the Versailles Conference following World War I was what French leader? Landon.
De Gaulle.
No, Clemenceau, nicknamed the Tiger, on your monitors. Up to 100 tiny sea creatures can occupy the long, curly egg cases you see littering the beach in what Pacific Island nation where Suva is capital? Stonebridge.
Fiji.
Fiji is right. I want to go there. One item that has yet to turn up on eBay is what legendary sword that once belonged Landon? Excalibur is right. St. Hilarious is remembered not for comedy, but for his work in what ancient French region that Julius Caesar said?
Gaul.
Gaul is right, Landon. What is the area of a square whose diagonal, Stonebridge?
We'll go with 30.
32, you were so close. His diagonal is 8. To reduce your cholesterol, some doctors recommend that you eat 2 to 5 cloves a week of what onion-like plant, Landon?
Garlic.
That will also repel vampires, yes. Though he had trouble making a living as a poet, what 19th century author earned a lot of money writing? Stonebridge.
Allan Poe.
Sir Walter Scott. Ivanhoe was in the clue, sorry. Choice. A planet moves in its orbit around the sun at a varying velocity, a constant velocity, or at constant acceleration. Yes, St. Stephen's.
Constant velocity.
Varying velocity, and that does it for the game. The judges are taking a look at the scores, and we'll have the official ones for you in just 1 minute.
I'm David Rubenstein, and I believe giving back is something we all can do. Many students are getting involved in their communities in important ways. I've asked them to share with us how they're making a difference.
My name is Sebby Hume. I go to St. Albans School, and I'm in 11th grade. I volunteer regularly at the breakfast, lunch, or dinner service at Shepherd's Table in Silver Spring. The work I do includes either serving food to the guests on the line or working to clean up in the dish room. This service has given me great experience working with others as a team and also given me great face-to-face interaction with other members of the community. I really think that this service has helped me in working with others towards something greater than myself.
Like these students, you too can help improve the lives of so many people by volunteering in your town and community. Please read, learn, get involved, and make a difference.
All right, the scores are now official, so let's check them out. We begin with St. Stephen's and St. Agnes from Alexandria. Laura, Hayden, and Brennan, 415 points. From Ashburn, Virginia, Stonebridge High School, Connor, Saoirse, and Betsy, 440 points. And coming back for the playoffs, Landon School from Bethesda, Maryland, Ryan, Thomas, Zach, 515 points. That was a really good game with great teams. Stick around because we're going to have more in just a minute.
Support for It's Academic has been provided by the following: MITRE, a not-for-profit research and development company working in the public interest.
What happens when the right people connect? Diversity challenges convention, mentors inspire greatness, and passions drive innovation. From health to transportation and national security, cyber and AI, to space and back, MITRE connects the power of government, academia, and industry to meet our nation's challenges. Together, MITRE connects.
We are so happy that you were with us today right here on It's Academic. Can't wait to see you next time. I'm Hillary Howard. Bye. Help me say bye, everybody. Bye.